A recent study by scholars from Gyeongsang National University shows that couples with high self-esteem are more likely to have a positive view of or look forward to parenthood.
경상대학교에서 발표한 최근 논문에 따르면 자존감이 높고 심리적으로 건강한 사람일수록 부모가 되는 것을 긍정적으로 생각하거나 더 나아가 아이를 낳겠다는 의지가 강한 것으로 나타났습니다.
Yeah, so this study looked at people in their 30s and they tried to look at a possible correlation between people's mental health and their desire to have children. And what they did was they placed individuals into four categories, either actively considering childbirth, indifferent to childbirth, or somewhere in the middle, passively considering having children and willing to have children. And it found that people like the headline suggests people with higher self-esteem have a more positive view of parenthood.
Yeah, definitely. This is interesting. In a way, it just seems like general knowledge and common sense,
Yeah.
but at the same time, to have actual, studies carried out on this is quite fascinating.
Yeah, it makes sense because if you have high self-esteem, you may want to pass that on to your offspring, perhaps, so that they have a sense of more self-worth, right?
So in the bigger picture, I guess, in order for the country to get more people to have children,
Yes.
I guess we need to boost people's self-esteem.
Yes, hopefully. And just in general, it's good to have higher self-esteem, right?
그래요. 어떻게 보면은 이제 앞으로 출산 문제에 있어서도 국민들의 자존감을 높이는 것이 도움이 될 수도 있겠다.
Yes.
그런 쪽으로도 신경을 쓰면 좋겠다는 생각이 살짝 드네요. 자, 자존감, self-esteem.
Yeah, so self-esteem, self-esteem is how you feel about yourself, your own worth and value as a person.
Exactly. 근데 또 자존심도 있잖아요. 우리말에는. 자존심 하면은 pride에 좀 더 가까울 것 같고요.
Right.
그다음에 자존감은 self-esteem. So being too prideful, too proud, I guess can be a little bit negative, but having high self-esteem is almost always positive.
Yeah, especially in this day and age when we are, the importance of mental health is so important. We're starting to understand that now, right?
Exactly. What about the word parenthood?
Yeah, parenthood, we all know what a parent is, but parenthood is the actual state or the experience of being a parent, including all the responsibilities, of course, challenges, and rewards of raising a child, right?
그래요. 그래서 부모가 되는 것 이렇게 해석할 수도 있고 아니면 이미 부모가 된 상황에서 내가 부모로서 이런 것들을 한다라고 할 때 you can talk about your parenthood. 그래서 그 부모인 상태 그런 이제 같이 동반되는 많은 것들을 얘기합니다.
Yep.
마찬가지로 우리 어른이 되어서 하는 것들 뭐라 그러죠?
I was just going to say that. Adulthood, right? When you become an adult here, when you become 20, right?
근데 강세가 다르네요. 북미권에서는 어떻게 한다고요?
Adulthood.
네, 영국에서는 adulthood.
Adult, right.
강세가 달라요.
Adult or adult, right?
네.
In North America, we say that sometimes too.
오케이.
Yeah.
같은 단어, 스펠링도 똑같고 A-D-U-L-T-H-O-O-D. 강세만 좀 다릅니다. 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. A recent study by scholars from Gyeongsang National University shows that couples with high self-esteem are more likely to have a positive view of or look forward to parenthood. Here's our next headline.
Exercise snacking or performing brief, high-intensity physical tasks such as taking the stairs or sprinting for a bus can significantly reduce the risk of dementia by up to 63%, according to Chinese scientists.
계단을 오르거나 버스를 놓치지 않기 위해 뛰는 등의 짧지만 강도 높은 신체 활동, 일명 운동 스낵을 꾸준히 실천하면 치매 위험을 최대 63%까지 낮출 수 있다는 연구 결과가 중국에서 나왔습니다.
So no surprise here that exercising is good for you, but what this study showed that it doesn't have to be this rigorous sort of routine where you see people lifting heavy weights or, running marathons. That's not what is necessary all the time because according to this study, even just little sort of moderate sort of exercise. In this case, we're talking about something called exercise snacking, which is a pretty, it's a fun term here because it comes from the fact that exercise snacking or snacking in general, in terms of a routine, is instead of having 3 big meals a day, it's sort of dividing them up into 5, maybe 6 smaller meals during the day. But the same with exercise.
Yeah.
So it doesn't have to be going to the gym, but things like taking the stairs, running for the bus, things like these are all beneficial for us.
주된 이제 이런 exercising 활동을 main meal로 비유를 한다면은 그냥 잠깐씩 뛰는 거 이런 거는 이제 exercise snacking이라고 부른대요. I'd never heard of this term before.
Likewise.
Yeah, but this is an interesting term, as you said, a fun term, and it makes sense. It's not the main meal or the main exercise that you do, but it can help you.
Yeah, and there's another similar term. It's called NEAT. It's an acronym for Non-Exercise Activity Thermogenesis. I know it's a little scientific, but this is the energy that's spent on your daily physical activities, not including sleeping, eating, or structured sports activities. So it's just walking in general. Just going from your car to the store, everything that moves. So I monitor my steps daily. So I think even just walking, that's why it's such a good, healthy sort of activity for you.
그렇군요. NEAT. 라는 건 전 처음 들어봤는데 다시 한번 알려주시겠어요?
Yeah, it's non-exercise activity thermogenesis.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can quickly find this in Korean just in time.
Yeah,
Let's
but
have a
just
look.
anything like cleaning, cooking, walking, climbing stairs, all that.
그래요. 이따 한번 찾아보고
네.
이거 이제 우리말로는 뭔지 정리해서 알려드리도록 하겠습니다. 자, 표현 좀 볼까요? High intensity.
Yeah, if something is high intensity, that means it's very strong, it's extreme or demanding. In workouts, HIIT training, if you've ever heard of it, it's high intensity and interval training. But even just emotions or situations can be high intensity, right?
그렇죠. 고강도 high intensity, 중강도면은 mid intensity, 저강도면 low intensity 하면 되겠죠. Something is really intense. 그러면은 정말 그 상황이 약간 압박감을 주는 거예요. 그래서 영화도 이럴 수 있습니다. 굉장히 빠른 속도로 진행되는 영화 can be very intense.
Yes.
무서운 영화 can be quite intense. 액션 영화들 이런 거 다 intense하죠. What about sprinting for a bus?
Yeah, when you sprint, you're running very quickly, right? It's like a dash. It's not like a jog or a marathon. So when you're trying to catch a bus, or if the bus is maybe taking off, this is dangerous, but you're sprinting for it.
그래요. 스프린팅이라는 거는요. 굉장히 빠른 속도로 짧은 거리를 뛰는 걸 말합니다. 그래서 보통 올림픽에서는 우리가 이제 50m, 100m, 200m 이런 것들을 다 스프린트라고 불러요. 단거리 달리기. 이제 장거리는 스프린트라고 부르지 않습니다.
Right.
전력 질주를 하는 게 메인 포인트거든요.
In the Olympics, it's the short distance,
Yes.
up to the 400 meters. And I found out what NEAT is in Korean. It's 비운동성 활동 열생산. Ooh,
열생성인가 봐요.
생성? Okay.
네. 그렇습니다.
Yeah.
그래서 일상 활동으로 소모되는 에너지를 이렇게 표현을 한다고 하네요. 좋습니다. 그럼 다시 한번 읽어볼게요. Exercise snacking or performing brief high intensity physical tasks such as taking the stairs or sprinting for a bus can significantly reduce the risk of dementia by up to 63%, according to Chinese scientists. Here's our final headline.
Experts warn that aisle seats on airplanes, which are often preferred by passengers for their convenience, like for quick trips to the restroom, may actually carry the highest risk of bacterial infection.
비행기 내에서 화장실에 갈 때 등 여러 상황에서 편하다는 이유로 승객들이 선호하는 통로 쪽 좌석이 세균 및 바이러스 감염 면에서는 사실상 기내에서 가장 위험한 자리일 수 있다는 전문가 지적이 나왔습니다.
Yes, because when we take a plane, of course, just sort of the health risks involved with flying are always on people's minds. But not surprisingly, the percentage of people who leave their seats at least once is higher for aisle seats. It's up to 80%. But if you sit in a window seat, you're less likely to leave your seat during the flight. And what happens is when you move around on a plane, pathogens are expelled by coughing or sneezing. Bacteria can be transmitted as people walk or, walk up and down the aisle and things like that. So the window seats are actually relatively safer because they have minimal contact with passengers from other rows. Fewer people touch the armrests, and there's a less chance of encountering people passing to and from the restroom.
Can we have a look at some of the stats?
Yeah. So, like I said, 80% of people leave their seats at least once during a flight, and that goes down to 43% for window seats.
I wonder, though, how much, let's say, unhygienic or dirty the aisle seats are compared to the window seats.
Yeah, because like I mentioned, when you sit in a window seat, you have less contact with passengers from other rows, right? Fewer people touch your armrest, and there's less a chance of encountering people when you go back and forth from the restroom because you're going more often if you sit in an aisle seat.
그래요. 통계적으로 지금 이게 정확한 데이터는 없지만 통계적으로 통로에 있는 좌석들이 더 많은 오염균에 노출이 되어 있기 때문에 그래서 더 세균이 득실거릴 수 있다. 이런 얘기인 거죠. 그렇다고 해서 모르겠어요. 제 생각에는 그렇다고 창가 자리는 다 엄청나게 깨끗하고 통로 자리는 엄청나게 비위생적이 그러진 않을 것 같거든요.
No,
네.
it's saying it's relatively
Relatively,
cleaner,
okay.
yes, compared to an aisle seat.
알겠습니다. 상대적으로는 그렇다. Do you think you will still sit in the aisle seat if you prefer that? I don't know.
Well, now after I got married, every time I travel, I always have to sit in the middle seat now because my
okay.
wife prefers the aisle seat.
I see.
And so I would never give her the middle seat because I'm a gentleman.
Okay.
So unless we both get an aisle seat, some couples do that actually.
Oh, yeah.
Across the aisle, right?
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. You could do that. 그래요. 자, 표현을 보겠습니다. 선호되는, preferred.
Yeah, it means to when you like something better, when you choose something over other options, it's preferred.
그래요. 자, 그 다음에 may actually do something?
Yeah, this is a common term. You use this when you're saying something is possibly true or happening, and you get this sense of surprise, or when you're comparing two things, right?
May actually, might actually 이렇게도 표현하는데요. 실은 이럴지도 모르겠다.
Yeah.
이런 뜻이죠. So the aisle seats may actually carry more bacteria.
Right. This flight or this trip may actually take longer than we expected.
다시 읽어보겠습니다. Experts warn that aisle seats on aeroplanes, which are often preferred by passengers for their convenience, like for quick trips to the restroom, may actually carry the highest risk of bacterial infection. All right, well, that's it for the main stories with Shane Harm.